What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We back at it again with another video. Today we're looking at Hogwarts Legacy. So this game has kind of been under wraps. They've thrown us little snacks, little Scooby snacks here and there. But now we get a look at the gameplay. Well, they gave us some gameplay. It was like a 15-minute video of gameplay, but like this is like an actual like more in-depth look, and there's also two other videos we're gonna check out after this. So this one is gonna be kind of long, but I think it'll be well worth the price of your time and attention. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
We've got some gameplay pulled up for us here. We are starting out, James. There you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff common room, I'm assuming. I mean, dorm room.
The dorm room.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Okay.
Alan, what are we seeing right here with the UI? Because this is our first look.
Yeah. So right now we know there's been a lot of questions about the HUD because this is the first time we're showing it. So kind of going over from right to left, on the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond. Mm-hmm. So those are, everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
Okay.
And that's where the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is, you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts, or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelo is one of those. That's left on the D-pad. On the right on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know, like what are all the spells?
What are all the spells? Yeah.
Like spoilers, but
Stupefy, Expecto Patrono, Lumos,
and then,
Lumos Maximus,
on the left side, that thing that has the
all that
next
stuff.
to it. That's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's a lot of magical tools that you're going to be kind of brewing and growing over the course of the game. And so that's where you would access them rapidly, is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
There are a few things that I left off the table on the right. The green bar is your health, and basically there's a potion next to it. That's how you might heal. The bar above it, we're keeping a secret for now. I apologize. And all the way on the left is our mini-map with a kind of overhead view of where you are currently in your common room that updates as you travel through Hogwarts and beyond out into the world. And for those fans out there that aren't a huge fan of minimaps, because we know they exist, there's also options to remove the minimap and turn on or off different elements of our HUD.
Really immerse yourself.
Like.
And we'll go more into the spells as we get into.
Everybody's too cool for mini maps now since Elden Ring came out. Everybody's too cool for mini maps and objective points. When before, I remember, like, people used to complain about there's no map, there's no objective, I don't know what to do, and then all of a sudden Elden Ring comes out, and now everybody's like, I don't want to be told where to go. Like, you know, people are fickle, man.
Into combat,
can't please them.
That's kind of that's what you're seeing there, and this is our HUD.
Also, Andrew's giving us a good look over here. I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories. Very nice bedside tables.
They are nice bedside tables.
Yeah.
The honey-colored wood.
I just call it a nightstand. You call it a bedside table.
Floor. There we go. All right.
So now we're walking.
That's a fire dorm room, though.
We really tried making these low-ceilinged dorms to give you that Badger set sort of feel.
And the first thing I know is the music. The score is amazing.
Amazing.
Gorgeous.
And I'm calling out here, this is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released, you'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
Nice.
We just
There's
want to
a common area.
Common room in every single house, just a little bit differently. So you can customize that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at that.
So I mean, beautiful design.
I took that test they put out. I'm Ravenclaw, so comment down below which house you are if you've if you haven't clicked off the video already.
We could spend like the entire rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it, and I'm sure Boston and James could be like just geeking out over it.
All the details come from J.K. Rowling's writings for this common room. The round doors, the hanging vines, even the dancing badgers on the fireplace.
It's got a real earthy vibe.
Yeah.
It's very, very earthy.
Which is like elements for each of the houses, right? Like,
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw's air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We really leaned into that for each common room.
Wow.
So it feels
okay.
earthy. We've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah.
I like that.
It does.
but I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna be leaving.
Thank you. I understand.
We off deck.
Whoa, the sound effects though. Like, looking back at the past trailers, it was just music, but kind of hearing how Hogwarts is now, it's so cool.
It's tactile.
This a wine cellar? Or?
One of our spells, Revelio.
Use Revelio right here, because there's a little magic going on.
You notice a little something there. Yeah. So
Hufflepuff barrels in the
these
common
are
room.
something
Tap
that
room barrel,
we
2 from the
kind of
bottom, 2nd
interchangeably
from the
call
middle
Revelio
row.
pages or lore
The
pages.
rhythm
And
held
you'll
the
notice a bunch of
Hufflepuff.
things pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You see that we got some
XP.
XP for it,
Mhm.
and you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge up in the corner.
Uh-huh.
So I want to talk about that a little bit. So we had to ask ourselves, what?
This is dope.
There may be something you may or may not be able to tickle there.
Yeah.
But in our game,
Oh, let
we
me
had to
move
ask
myself
the
out the way.
question,
You guys
we're
can't
a
see the
late
spells.
fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up
I'm
to other
bugging.
students?
Okay.
And so we have an answer to that question, and it's given to you by
My
the
fault.
staff. So
You
there's
guys
something
can't see
that
the
we
spells.
call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game, and the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students. So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here before we push forward a little bit, you can see in our pause menu it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your Wizard's Field Guide, and you can see your house kind of
Okay.
fresh
Right in the middle,
overlaid
yeah.
over it.
Okay,
Right? And
That's
you can see it
tough.
on your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors
So
have
cool.
granted it to you as a late 5th year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical
Nice.
property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of
On the bottom.
locked into there.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you go
Right.
in there, you'll see different types of challenges that are combat challenges, quest
Wow.
challenges, exploration challenges. And you can see
Ooh,
field
okay.
pages are on there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So
1%. We unlocked that one field guide page. Yeah.
that entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school and spills out into the school and kind of hides itself with different types of challenges and different things to do around the school.
I like
that
that.
you're
That
actually
is
going
so
to
cool.
So this is
interact
going to be a
with
40-hour
you
game.
grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn
Yeah.
XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts and they can kind of play a little bit of a game discovering all of them. And there are over 100 field guide pages just in Hogwarts alone. So,
Little glimpse of the grand staircase
Yeah.
here. We're not gonna.
Circular staircase.
All the
match tower.
portraits.
Yeah.
And I did notice the flue flame just ignite right there, which was so cool.
yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there. House hourglasses. We had to. How much fun was it designing those and putting all
Oh, they're
those in
gorgeous,
there?
but
But
that they're there just like in the books.
Yes.
Right
It's
next
a
to
nod
the
to
Great
lore.
Hall.
it's a nod
Yeah.
to lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the
Yeah,
game. It is
we didn't turn it
narratively.
into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't necessarily gameplay systems, but
Yeah.
but we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the
See my
right
son with the
there,
fade?
I was teasing, that's
With the
Great
natural
Hall.
fade? With the-
Over
with
to
the-
those
with the,
doors again. We're not going there.
The
We're-
high
he's just
top,
kinda like,
with the burst fade, like it's tough.
Cool. Cool.
We're gonna look at
here's another collectible page. You know, just
we're gonna look at some what you call it collectible. I mean not collectible, the customizer, the character customizable page. You can see, you know, they actually give you black people's skin tones and black people hair for those of you that care about that, which most likely would be black people. and some other gameplay elements, like some combat elements. I don't think we're gonna see much combat here. It's gonna be mostly traversal, which I'm fine with. So that's why I said this video is going to be pretty long, because I'm going to be pausing like this to comment on it.
again, showing you like just these things around Hogwarts that you can do and pick up, and
That's a shot straight from the trailer too. Just that part right there. I recognize
we
that.
might be giving you a little fan service here with callbacks to those. So
And this must be
we love
summertime,
fan
'cause I know
service.
these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah, the detail they put into this is kind of, I get surprised by it all the time.
That's
didn't
a
even know that was a
sentient
thing.
magic castle. So.
Oh man.
So that's what like the main hall where everybody be sitting at.
at
Oh no, that's the courtyard.
This is where the students would normally kind of congregate, just to kind of chill out, play, meet each other outside the Great Hall before and after meals.
Yo, this rendition of Hogwarts is like
and
true to
I love
form.
the way that when the castle interconnects to that it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope to
Yeah.
how big this castle
Huge
is.
And you
sense
see
of
things
scope.
Like you'll notice a bridge over there. That's a place you can go to and cross. Like
Yeah.
everything that you see is a place that you can visit.
Wow.
We tried so.
See, they
put a
out
lot
there
of effort
flying
into
on their
making it really
brooms.
alive, not just with student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years, so just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it, and
Oh my gosh.
Yo,
that
this is
landscape,
awesome.
That
This
Scottish.
location
It looks
might look a little
very
familiar to
it
you.
looks very lived in. It looks very much alive. It's not like a big empty castle. Like it looks like there's a lot of things going on, a lot of which you can get into yourself if you want to.
I thought I recognized.
It's like
it.
a
I
truly
believe it was
realized
from
world.
The spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back.
Like we
I
just
am
came
trying
from over
not
there.
to
Like
interact with that
you could
puzzle
walk
and
back
keep
over there
it
if you want
on.
to. That's not just scenery.
We can't
That's
spoil
tough.
Everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts
So-
contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my god.
Look
but
at that.
This is this grand entryway right here coming down into a really kind of central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice when we get down there that it's on the right.
This is a big hub of the school. Like it's a big castle, but it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of a grand central station.
I love
that
that.
each
Right.
direction, you know,
It's like a Grand
green over
Central
there,
vibe,
the greenhouse
definitely.
is over
If you're
there,
from New York, if you know, you
Transportation
know.
Courtyard, you know, the library straight ahead, so it's kind of the hub
Oh my
of a
god.
lot of the castle.
Even the color visually, you can just tell. Okay, green,
Oh, green, go that
greenhouse.
way.
Oh my
A
god.
lot of it'll be subconscious, but
Yeah.
it'll help you really learn the castle and feel like you know your way around.
Ain't no
not
way.
To say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it
It
on a
is a
daily
castle.
basis.
It
It's a
is.
castle.
Great point.
See, but I don't know how many of you have gone to college, but it's just like it's like trial and error. Like I went to a pretty big. The campus for both my colleges were pretty big, but it's like after a while, you learn your way to maneuver to get from here to there. Oh, I know where this is at. We got to go over here. I know where this is at. We got to go over here. So, you know, it's just a matter of time. You really gonna have to spend time with this game. Like this is, like I said, it's probably gonna be like a 40-hour minimum experience, 30 to 40-hour experience.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing he's swinging the camera this way and that.
Yeah.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know what
That
I'm
statue
doing. I know
is
what I'm
from the reveal trailer. There's that dragon. Oh my
This
god.
is another location where the students will gather, you know, and just kind of chill out.
And an opportunity to talk to
Nelly
somebody.
Ogspire.
Get a
Yeah.
quest giver here.
Is everything all right?
Yes.
Look at my
I'm
boy.
sorry.
Look at him.
I'm Nelly, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys.
The what
Surely
keys?
you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Mole, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Side quest. I'll look into it.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
side quests.
Side quests.
Let's get it.
It's a cool way to interact
If you manage to
with
open a
your
cabinet.
fellow students, with perhaps other teachers, with various things like that, as well as teach you some more of the secrets of Hogwarts. I think there's a
in this
little
case,
bit of that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the students are a way to kind of like flesh out the school opportunities around it, what we can do, and then those interactions, different interactions with different characters can also offer different choice points for the player. And then some of those things can affect things game wide. Some of these affect characters' lives, the ending of the game.
And sometimes it's just about you being a little bit of a
Sometimes
nice
just about
guy
the
or just
mission.
being a jerk.
Yes, absolutely. So the scale really varies.
So you heard that we get some choices here to make. So I will definitely be doing a savage playthrough of this game, because I feel like in these type of games, like when you have choice games, it's always harder to be the good guy. Like I use Infamous as an example, the old PS3 game. It is way harder to defeat the game as a hero than it is to defeat the game as going evil.
Varies, but those opportunities exist for the player.
Wow, look at this.
This is the Dada Defense Against the Dark Arts
Power.
which
The Dada Tower.
This is one of my favorite locations in the castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of
It
this
is
area.
very iconic, very unique to anywhere else.
And then you see how the music changed. Like now that you're in the tower of the Defense Against the Dark Arts, like you see how that music changed, and it's more sinister.
Somebody else that
Like
we
you
can
hear
talk to, notably a younger student.
Yeah, she looks like a first year or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Why does everyone hate you?
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Sounds awful.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel.
But who want to play that
They're
little?
sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit. It's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
I've done the same thing.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
I can't make any promises.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her. You can be a jerk to her. You can be like,
no, you're weird. You're weird.
Sometimes you're just mean.
Playing this weird ass
Like,
game for.
And your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
they continue.
that's a good example of the.
Gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask. Gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game. I know we've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's it's an amazing thing on the franchise how many things about this like speak to us as fans and that we want to turn into gameplay. And there were calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include in the bucket, just kind of for the overall.
You see, and that's the thing about like mainstream, like, you know, game development or whatever. It's like you put on these time constraints and you can't put everything that you wanted to put inside the game. You know, so stuff like gobstones is not included. Like, I'm pretty sure they had to put Quidditch in this. They had to have put Quidditch in this. Like, they probably focus more on that, like as far as like games within the universe that you can play. But I mean, it's funny. It's funny because usually stuff like that comes in the form of DLC. Like whatever they don't include in the beginning is DLC, which means they could have done it had they been given more time to develop the game. But it's a business. But thinking as a businessman, it's like, why would I just give it to them when they'll pay for it 6 months down the line, which will boost sales for the game? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's business. It's a little sleazy, but I understand. I understand as a businessman myself.
Wizard's chess.
Those are things that aren't featured.
Yeah. They're featured within the world. Right?
I'm glad they're mentioned. They're a part of the wizarding world.
Yeah. Every single time there was something that we regretted because we couldn't include it. We also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, make sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it, you know, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
And I know here too, we're like,
I was like, we're in the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking by. I also recognize the dragon at the very top. Oh my gosh.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how classes work, because we've gotten a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, you got to take classes.
System, is it to tell us how classes work?
Yeah, so ultimately decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was
that's probably for fast travel.
You know, that kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day?
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very narrative-based, and so there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something happening in the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative. Each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between.
A spot of tea
through the game, and classes fit within
Let's
that.
have a
structure.
spot of tea.
So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And, you know, maybe down there he's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high, you know.
High society.
High society.
And it's no wonder you like this area because we built it for like the purebloods and the Slytherins.
Oh, come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening and the footsteps, like, it just makes it feel more alive.
Little events like that, brooms going
I
by
just saw
overhead.
a broom go by. Love that. The data tower was one example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player, help you not get lost. But this is Hesperus Hall. That's a little nod from the Marauders, a name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality. And
yeah, I see that. That's dope.
Personality, I like that, because it does, like, Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character no matter where you go.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, how big the team was for this game. Like, how many people did they have working on this? Because to build a castle with such, and to build a world, well, it's not really, well, I don't know if you're going to be going outside the castle, but I'll just say it anyway, just in case y'all, like, to build a world and build the castle with this much, like, intricacies in it, it's crazy. Like, I wonder, like, how long it took them just to straight design the castle and all of the art and all of the architecture inside of it, like, before you even render any characters or magical beings or stuff like that. I wonder how long that took.
Feels just a little bit different.
Yeah.
a sentient castle full of magic for hundreds of years. It's going to kind of grow and develop. Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
Might feature a poltergeist or two.
You know, we talked about building on lore too. I know there's that statue over to the side. That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's got his Bowtruckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another Revelio page there.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyleshire. We know the fat lady hides there.
Hides behind it. That's right.
The third book. But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks, or we just passed a music hallway where the...
Okay, yeah, that was cool. I'm pretty sure it was probably a longer presentation, but I'm glad they cut it there. 20 minutes is fine. My video is already 25 minutes, so you already endured 5 minutes of me like pausing and yapping. But next we're gonna move on to the next video, which is the character customization. I was gonna do separate videos for these, but I figured why not just put them all in one. You know, I'm already got some other stuff to record today, so I figured we just put it all in one and just upload it like that. If you've seen this, let me know. Fight for Wakanda, I heard this joint was fire. Shuri as Black Panther, like I like that. So we're gonna check out the customization video now. Let's get it.
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character that just kind of get them into like the ballpark of what you want to.
A randomizer, basically a preset, you know, a preset randomizer.
That ballpark. All the other tabs let you dial that in, be exactly who you want to be. It's our goal with this is to make sure that for anyone that fantasized about bringing themselves to the school for the very first time, that they feel like they have the options in order to represent who they are and essentially bring themselves to Hogwarts or whatever character they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my God, and options galore. Do you mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
It's all about you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, okay.
That's the template everybody's going. Well,
that's me
if you're black, that's probably the one you're gonna pick. Because that's pretty much the same haircut I got right now. So,
let's go over here.
as you can see,
This
is haircut I've been.
So what are we looking at?
So I'm gonna
with
probably
this
pick him.
option over here with the tab. I see face stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw
Change his face.
in the previous screen, all those faces are choices that you have here. So you can, now you're just kind of getting into the details in your face shape, in your skin color. And then because we knew a lot of people going right in are going to want it right away.
You can make a light-skinned brother. Let's go. You can make a light-skinned brother.
We give you some options right up front if you want to have glasses for your character.
Oh man, oh my gosh, look at the structure of the faces with this. Wow, you guys thought of every. I like that. I don't think my face is that skinny, but I think we're going that. I think we go that route. And down
Word,
here,
I'm about to say my face ain't that skinny, but
your glasses there.
you know, I put on a couple of weight in my 31 years of living.
Oh man, and this is just some of the options, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so through the course of the game, there's a lot of different options that you'll keep unlocking.
Okay.
So as part of kind of like gear for the character, there's lots of different classes. There's even masks. There's all kinds of things over the course of the game.
I like how it's all Victorian era, though.
Yeah,
like,
right up front.
Such a good call. Such a good call. Oh my gosh. All right, so now, we can go fleek on this one with the hair.
And you can go crazy with the hair, like let's go.
Just, like dreaming about
my son got the perm, and he got the cornrows. Let's get it.
The thing I'm always amazed by whenever I see any aspects of
you can have the
creator is
slick back perm,
the texture, and like you even adding the bounce with the hair moving around. Yo, that kind of looks like Hermione a little bit.
I'm dead.
And we can
hold on. Let's go back.
Hermione a little bit. Adding the bounce with the hair moving around. Yo, that kind of looks like Hermione a little bit.
Low key. I had to go back and look.
We can just go. Can I go like Tonks purple or green a little bit?
You could go whatever color hair you want. That's cool.
Yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like that. That is cute. Oh,
you could do whatever you want. So, they got the locks. Let's go.
I used to have this type of hair like way back, but
was it purple?
That's clean. I like that.
I wanted silver tips, so that was the closest I got to any color. But
that's clean.
My gosh, this is so cool. So you literally can bring yourself. Like it's a myriad.
You could create yourself no matter who you are.
And different hairstyles here. All right, so now we're getting over here to play around with some of the.
These are more subtle options.
Okay.
We've got
Yeah, play about the
freckles,
complexion.
moles,
Yeah,
different
you
things
may have like dark,
when it comes
you
to
know,
your
like darker
complexion,
spots to
darker
your
eyes,
complexion.
maybe like some shading on the
You know.
cheeks.
Oh man, you guys.
You could really
thought of
get
it.
in there.
With
You could add
this.
scars to your
I do have a
face
bit
if
of
you
fun with
want.
that. And then the scars are one of those options where, you know, Harry had his own unique scar, but you can come in with different
Yours.
scar options.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look at that. I didn't even see that.
Just in case you want to make a little devious little
Those are
student.
my favorite. The eyebrow scars.
Yeah.
Love those.
Yeah. You look kind
It's
of
a
like.
classic.
Yeah, you look kind of just like tough. But anyway. So now
But that
we're
buck
over
50
here.
crush your face.
Oh man.
Crazy.
You guys.
This is deep. This is
so
deep. You got to change the
sick.
ay color.
Again, getting more.
I'm gonna
subtle,
spend mad time
really
on this
like
screen right
dialing
here.
in that face to really get your.
We gonna dial it in.
Reveal, like,
We
I
gonna
wanna
dial
do
it in
my
for sure.
facial, features now, just like, yeah, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low. But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the game. I feel like I'm going to be here like forever.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here
And
forever.
This final tab
Creating my
here,
character,
this is where
that's
you kind
for
of bring
sure.
your whole character together. You know, this is where you finalize everything. You're not choosing your house here.
Okay.
That's not yet.
That was a theory.
But you know, here's where you bring you choose voice 1 or voice 2, which is more kind of a masculine or a feminine voice, and then even within that, changing your pitch,
with
the pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider, but you can hear it.
Concerned about. That was quite something.
And so you can kind of make out the differences. But yeah, you choose which kind of voice that you want. You'll be selecting your difficulty here. For today, we'll just go normal because Andrew's going to be taking us through some of the experiences with combat later.
And we can talk a little more about difficulty.
Yeah, the next one we're gonna look at is the combat video.
How that plays in. But I think the important thing here is like if for people who aren't gamers, especially, story mode is a way to get into this without being worried about like, oh, do I need to be good at games? Like, no, just enjoy this game.
And I would put expecto.
So they put in a because I know a lot of like hardcore gamers, and I know a lot of people that's actually gonna buy this game is gonna complain about the difficulty. Like, some people truly believe that there should not be an easy mode in games. Like, they're the only one that plays games. Like, but I like the fact that they accommodate every type of gamer. Because if you game on any sort of pattern or any sort of regular basis, you're a gamer. You don't have to be a hardcore. I play all the games on hard, and I get all the accomplishments, and I get all the trophies in every game. I platinum every game I play. I've been playing games since I was 4 years old. I don't even remember once I got a full game score in the game or a platinum trophy, because that's not what I strive for. Like, if I beat the game, I beat the game. Like, you can't tell me I didn't beat the game. Like, I sat there and I played it and I beat the game. Like, this elitism and this gatekeeping shit in the gaming community has to die. Like, it's corny. It's so corny. Like, if somebody wants to play it on story mode because they just want to experience the story and they don't want to have to worry about being good at games, let them do that. Like, how is that hurting you when they add harder modes into it? You know what I'm saying? And then conversely, with a game like Elden Ring, if a game is designed with difficulty in mind as being a part of one of the main driving points of the game, then, and they let you know that up front, you shouldn't have a problem with it. Be like, oh, I need an easy mode for me to accommodate me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, play another game and play it. There's plenty of other Souls-like games that are easier. Or you could just get a PC, get it on PC, and download the easy mode mod. That's it. There's a solution for everybody. So all this complaining on either side is pointless. I'm sorry to go off on a tangent, but like that's really something that like grinds my gears, like, for.
Awesome. And then whether you want to be witch or wizard.
Amazing.
What do you think?
All right, so now we're gonna. I thought they was gonna link the gameplay video, but apparently they didn't. Okay, this was a whole 46-minute presentation, and I'm at 33 minutes, so it'd be a shame if I don't finish this in time, like, and I make it longer than the actual whole presentation. Because the point of this was to kind of streamline the presentation, and while adding my little 2 cents. I'm still getting better at doing that. I'm still a little rusty at that, obviously, but I'm trying. So now we go to the gameplay section, what we all been waiting for. So I might add like little chapters to it, just so y'all know, like, all right, I can skip to whichever part that I want to skip to. You know. I gotta see this movie, man. I gotta go see this movie.
Secret, not so secret dueling club is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Lucan Brattleby here,
who's in a younger year, but we kind of like that that he's running things.
Hello, Lucan.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training?
See, I could have been a voice actor. I said it just like him.
I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
And this is a really good opportunity to now jump into combat, because
Let's
really
get it.
this is going to be the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me personally, this was where the game like really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There are certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the spells that you might slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands.
Right, I figured it would be like that. A lot of games do that.
And so if you hold it again, it expands.
Like I was playing Gotham Knights, and it does that. Like you can put the abilities on over here, like over here, and then you could press square, triangle, X, and it has different abilities.
And so when it expands,
but you got to hold like right bump or something like that.
And all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face buttons.
Awesome.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly. And then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very
quickly. Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the wheel, which is their cooldowns.
My son hit the spin on the last one.
Just to make sure
Hold
that you're
that.
not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again. You can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things, like cooldowns through your talents, different things that allow you to kind of like juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them, and that's how you access all this.
So you got to do combos.
So they
give you some combos.
Yeah. So this is a great way to kind of learn how to pull things together.
So you
pull those combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Okay.
That's just against the dummy, but I mean...
I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel.
Right.
You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can...
what about
we can
defense?
take on something a little more challenging.
Yeah, like let's get a live opponent.
Now let's talk about some more features of the combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
We're on a PS5 dev kit here, so we're going to be able
to
kind of pause the action and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there's about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of your classmates. But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense of combat.
Let's go. So what are we gonna be fighting?
Got quite the reputation because they've got you up against 3 people.
Off the jump.
So I can explain this
Adept
just because I
round.
know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in.
Break through 4 spells like somebody
You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too. and we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters, and you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we kind of put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are, I'm forgetting the other one, all of a sudden, control spells. And so those things for the player, they wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use. That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying.
And we've got this paused here now.
So basically, color-coded enemies that can only be hit with certain attacks. I know in the gaming community that's like hit or miss. Me personally, I don't mind it if that's like a core gameplay element, because sometimes you don't always remember what color beats what color. Even when I'm playing like a game like Pokemon, I'm like, wait, hold on, what's weak against poison? What's poison weak against again? Like, you forget stuff like that. So to keep the gameplay flowing and to keep the action flowing, having color-coded enemies isn't like the end of the world.
Now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head, each of the different shields, to kind of give us a breakdown of what's going on.
Give us a breakdown of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health. And so, as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown. The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming. If you see the halo, it means there's an incoming attack, and if you tap the triangle button by default, then that you'll be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off.
I love that deflect where it goes off and
get a counter system
up and kind of breaks things off walls too.
Parry system.
Also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy. And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character...
See, I said stupefy earlier. I said stupefy earlier.
If someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish these other students off here.
Yeah, he nice with it.
Look how fast it is.
It's
like a dance.
That's funny. Drink the Henny. There you go.
We really felt like
boom.
We really felt like in the movies, there's almost like a...
That's clean. I like that. I like that.
It's kind of like a... There's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance.
That's such a good call.
And there are a lot of...
that was close.
A lot of things that we
had to heal
with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea that's pretty unique to the Wizarding world.
Yes. Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then.
Okay.
The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
That's clean.
And that is...
Yeah, so this game is definitely gonna be like this game is definitely gonna be like a 30-40 plus hour game. You could probably make it into 60 if you do everything. Maybe I see people putting like 100 hours into this game on some Elden Ring shit. Like, I know people are like huge fans of the Harry Potter universe, and being able to be a student to make it and have your own story is going to be amazing. Now, there's been some issues, with J.K. Rowling, with some comments she's made about the LGBTQ community and the Jewish community. And she will stand to profit a significant amount of money, because this is her IP. Regardless of what you may think about her, this is her IP, and it is an amazing IP. But I don't think that we should sit there, and I've heard about boycotts for the game. I don't think that we should sit there and boycott the game and negate all the hard work for these people at Portkey Games. All of the love and hard work that they've put into it. I don't think we should just play them like that. I think we should, like, if you gonna boycott it, do you. I don't think that that's gonna do anything. That's not gonna change anything. So I really think it's pointless to boycott it. The game's still gonna sell, but it's like, think about the developers that worked so hard on this game to create an original story for us Harry Potter fans all around the world. You know, think about them. Think about their families that they have to feed. Imagine you worked somewhere and you did a project based off something, and then somebody said they're going to boycott it because of somebody else. Not because of what you did, but with somebody else. Think about it like that before you think about, like, boycotting this game, you know? If you even got this far in the video. But, yeah. Definitely, I'm already sold in this game. This game looks awesome. I think it comes out January the 24th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go look it up. January. Oh, no, they moved it up to February 10th. Okay. It was February something else before, unless I'm thinking about another game. I'm probably thinking about another game, but yeah, February 10th. Yeah, definitely copying this game. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. You copying this game? Are you not? Are you boycotting it because of J.K. Rowling? Let me know. So, y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out.